Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now this video is going to be a little bit different because this is the first video that I filmed from my house in London, or specifically from my bedroom in London, and I live right next door to the South Circular Road, so if there's a little bit of noise outside you'll have to bear with me. Now I did have quite a few trips planned over the next few weeks and months, so right now I was meant to be filming the Northern Lights in northern Finland. And then at the beginning of April, I was due to be going to Ethiopia, followed by a filming trip to the Maldives at the end of April. And two of the trips were cancelled. One of them I decided not to go on, obviously. We're now on lockdown in London, so I will be staying in my flat, as we all should be. Now, obviously I'm aware that I'm very fortunate to be able to stay in my apartment in London and have somewhere safe to stay, obviously. But of course I am still a little disappointed that I'm not able to go on these trips and continue filming. So I've been daydreaming about some of the places that I was meant to be going and some of the places that I'd like to go, and this is probably something that I do quite a lot anyway, but particularly now that all of my travel plans have been cancelled. And after speaking to a few of you online, I know that there's lots of people in a similar boat who are just dreaming of the places that they're going to go when it's safe for us all to travel again. So in this video I thought I'd put together a few ideas as to how you can travel safely by staying in your flat and cure that wanderlust. Now, one of the first ideas that I had was, like I said, because I was meant to be filming the Northern Lights right now. So I was due to be going first into Helsinki and then flying north up to Ivalo, going a little bit further north than that and staying in some of the glass igloos that you might have seen on Instagram. So this is pretty much a dream trip for me. I've never seen the Northern Lights. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and I've been reading up on how to get some of the best time lapses and basically just looking forward to creating some videos there. I'm very lucky that this trip has actually been rearranged for later in the year when the aurora starts up again, so fingers crossed that I'll be able to go on that. But for now there are actually some really great live streams of the Northern Lights, and one that I've been watching is from Manitoba in Canada, and it's just absolutely incredible. Obviously it's not quite the same as being there, but you just won't believe some of the views that you get, and there's a link down below to the live stream that I've been watching in particular. Now my second idea is to go on some of the virtual tours that a lot of museums around the world are now offering. Now some of the ones in London, they have the British Museum. They also have the Natural History Museum in London, which has some skeletons of some of the oldest human remains. There's also the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao, the Guggenheim in New York, as well as the Picasso Museum in Barcelona. This is just a few examples. There's obviously loads that you can choose from, but these are just a few that spring to mind for now. Now the next idea is something that I pretty much do year round anyway, and that is cooking food from different countries. Now I love my food, and I love trying new foods when I travel around the world. It's really one of my favourite things to do. Quite a lot of my videos are me trying different cuisines in Pakistan and India, El Salvador. I've done one in Myanmar recently, and I often try and recreate these dishes back at home. Not always the most successfully, and sometimes of course it is hard to get ingredients. So I do know that in London particularly, and of course other areas around the world, it's quite difficult to get hold of certain ingredients at the moment, and of course we're being encouraged to go to the shop as infrequently as possible. So I've been trying to use up some store cupboard ingredients, and I've actually been having quite a lot of fun. I made some doubles recently, which is a dish from Trinidad. It is a fried flatbread served with chickpea curry on the top, nice and spicy, and it's actually super easy to make. Now I always make a lot of Indian food. I've travelled quite a lot in India and I love the cuisine there, But it's also quite helpful for using up store cupboard ingredients, because certainly while we're not able to buy bread that easily at the moment in London, I've been making a lot of roti, chapati, and I've been making subjis, like vegetable curries as well, just using up ingredients that I've got in the fridge, substituting a few different bits and using up lots of herbs and spices. Another idea that I've just done today, and this is not sponsored, in fact none of the ideas in this are sponsored, they're just things that I thought of that might help cure your wanderlust at the moment. But Disney, or Disney Plus, are doing a free trial at the moment for 7 days, and I'm not suggesting that you sit around and watch Disney films. However, you can also get National Geographic Channel included in this free trial, and there's some brilliant documentaries on there. There's one called Into the Okavango, which is about explorers going on an expedition in the Okavango Delta in Botswana, and I actually filmed there a few years back, and it's just one of the most incredible places that I've ever visited. You can canoe into the delta and then camp right next to the hippo pools, and you can hear the hippos as you're going to sleep, which is just insane. And there's just loads of really inspiring documentaries on there, and it is free for a week. I think if you continue to sign up afterwards, it's $5.99 a month in the UK, but even if you just did it for a week to get the free trial, and you can make the most of Nat Geo that way. Another cool idea is the Royal Geographical Society in London actually have a lot of their lectures online. And maybe when I say the word lecture, you're probably thinking that it doesn't sound very exciting, but actually if you're into travel and geography and explorers, then there's some really inspirational people that have been speaking at the RGS over the past few years, and these lectures or these talks have been uploaded online, and it's very easy to stream them. There's a whole host to choose from, and it's all free. Now, I appreciate that everybody is probably not feeling very productive right now, but if you are feeling like you want to learn a new skill, then I would always suggest trying to learn a new language. I've been using Rosetta Stone for quite a while. I did have a partnership with them a couple of years ago, but this is not sponsored now. I just think it's a really good app, and they're actually doing 3 months free for kids at home at the moment, where you can sign up and get a free trial, and they have, I think it's over 20 different languages now. I'm still doing Spanish, but I've also been learning some Hindi on there as well. And it is completely immersive, which means that if you're learning Spanish, for example, then absolutely everything that you see on the app and everything you hear on the app is in Spanish. So there's no cheating. Now finally, and this might seem like a very obvious one, but watch some travel YouTube videos. I actually have a few new vlogs coming out over the next few weeks, and these are not things that I've filmed recently. It's actually old footage, some that I've had for almost a year and haven't got around to editing, and I've got a lot more free time on my hands now. It seemed like a good time to get some of these vlogs out. And obviously these aren't intended to inspire you to travel now, but you can always plan your trips for the future when it's safe for us all to go travelling again. Some of my other favourite creators, Life of Jord, he's got some amazing videos from some really unusual destinations, even North Korea. I like Betsman Vlogs, he's got some great videos from Pakistan. He's actually German, but he's been in Pakistan for quite a while now and is creating some quite funny content out there. I also like the videos by Sandy, her name is Sandy Makes Sense. And she's got some great videos from around the world, but also some really lovely London videos as well. Now, I hope that you guys enjoyed some of these tips to cure your wanderlust and for how you can travel staying at home. If you've got any of your own ideas, please make sure to leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.